Oh, we're already recording. Nice. Didn't realize that.
Hmm.
Should I just let it run? Let's just let it run. All right. Welcome to episode 83, I think, of the 1 Hour 1 Brain Cell podcast. I truly did not realize that you had already started recording. It had been going for like 30
I should
seconds.
have told you, but I
Well,
didn't.
I figured you would, so it's fine. I'm not blaming you. I'm just it's let's just let it ride, right?
Fix it in post.
Yeah, it's I'll just edit the whole front part out. It'll be fine. You'll never know, except that we just told you that we did it.
Hmm.
Oh, darn it. All right. I am joined as always by 2025 Emmy winner for Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Podcast, Richie Flores.
I love that. That's so good. And I am joined by my co-host Jordan, who owes the Boys and Girls Club of America $47,000 because she went overtime on her speech.
47,000. How much would I have had to go? Oh, I would have had to go over by 47 seconds.
Yeah.
Double the speech and give it to the next person. Yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy. If you're not familiar, that was the lore of the Emmys last night. We'll talk about that in a bit. I was just on the phone with my mom before this, and I was telling her that I respect that bit, but I don't think it worked as well as it could have for a couple of reasons. We'll get to it. Nate Bargatze has a lot to pay to the Boys and Girls Club of America, which fine, whatever. It's his money, not mine. I mean, I know I'm leading this week, but I want to start with your experience because you have two separate shows. I mean, did we talked about one of them, I think, briefly last week, but you at least have Lucy Dacus to tell the people.
No, yeah, we didn't talk about either of my shows from last week because we did it on Tuesday, so I was going to the show.
That's true.
So
That's why we had to do it early on Tuesday.
yes, two shows. Yeah, went to see G Flip at Van Buren, and then I went to see Lucy at whatever they call it theater down the street on Thursday. So I've had four concerts in the last month. That's a lot.
Can you hear? Do you still have hearing?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Good.
It's great. No
Good.
problems.
All right. So
Yeah,
far.
yeah. So we didn't. You last week you said you spoiled my Christmas gift, and you said you were gonna get me some earplugs. I say no.
I'm still gonna get those for you, you old curmudgeon. Like, once you lose your hearing, it doesn't come back. And
True.
you work in motorsports, so you need a good pair of earplugs.
True. Very true. But yes, both shows were awesome. I forgot to bring my show and tell with me. I have one show and tell here, but I didn't bring the other show and tell.
Mm.
'Cause, screw it. I'll go get it. Talk to the people for a second. I'll go grab my other show and tell.
Well, what if I wanted to go get my show and tell and let you go?
I'm
Oh,
too
man.
old. Oh my
Oh,
god.
boy.
Can't stand up.
Mamma
We're good. We're
mia.
good. We're okay.
For our audio listeners, Richie's trapped himself in a corner. So that was fun. Yeah, I also have some show and tell later. We're going to talk about the breakdown of the new 21 Pilots record, obviously. So that's coming up. And yeah, that's about. We should just sit in silence until he comes back. That would be funny. Be like, what did you guys talk about? Well, I made the audience sit in silence for
We move in
45 seconds.
silence. That's what we do on
And
this
now I owe a
podcast.
bunch of money to the Boys and Girls Club of America. Yeah.
No, I was gone for less than 45 seconds or whatever.
No, I said I owe money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I went to see G Flip at Van Buren last week, and incredible show. Just I told you this before, but the reason why I enjoy G Flip's music is because they are so stinking talented, and there are a like multi instrumental talent. So playing the drums and singing at the same time, I think is insanely cool. Did that
Yeah.
in a couple songs. Um, playing the trumpet like live for the first time ever and crushing it and doing an incredible job with the solo. Awesome. Incredible show. One of my favorite shows of the year. Crowd was awesome. Crowd was good for the opener too, which shout out to the opener for that show because I think I texted you a link to listen to her music.
Mhm.
Chinchilla was the name of the opener, and
Solid,
this is why I
solid
love
name.
going to that's why I love going to like shows live because like you go see the opener and you're like, damn, and then that's how you find new music. And so Chinchilla, incredible show, live show, and so go check out her music too. I really enjoyed her live, but yeah, G was awesome, incredible show, so much fun, great energy. Um, Smaller crowd, like they didn't quite sell out Van Buren, but like they were like 300 people there or whatever, and the crowd was
Sure.
into it, and that's all you could ask for. And it was awesome hype, and yeah, big fan. I got my Dream Ride vinyl, the new
Very
record,
nice.
autographed.
Very nice. Good autograph as well.
And my favorite part of this is I love the pressing. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's
That's
it's a great color. It's sort of the, radioactive symbol or whatever. It'll look good when it spins.
oh yeah, exactly. I haven't spun it. Yeah, I was listening to Breach earlier, so we'll get
Mm-hmm.
to that a little bit later. But yeah, so I haven't spun it yet. But there you go. G Flip, awesome show. She's on tour now. They're on tour now. Come to your town. Go check it out. Um,
Go see.
yes, exactly. And then yeah, I saw Lucy on Thursday, and yeah, great show as always for Lucy. We learned some lore from Lucy a couple times, which was great.
Seems like it.
Um,
You were texting me some of the lore.
First of which is she played VBS. This is like they took like a month-long break or so in between legs of the tour. So this
Mm.
was like their second show back, I think, of this leg of the tour, and she played VBS. Forgot the lyrics to VBS, which is like I feel like you haven't gone to a Lucy Dacus show if she doesn't forget the lyrics to at least one of her songs, because it
Or mess up the chord progression. We love you, Leonard
yes
Cohen. Thank you, Leonard Cohen. It honestly, I'll tell you, honestly, I'm surprised that artists don't do this more often, especially ones with like really big catalogs and
yeah
things that are as lyrically dense as a Lucy Dacus song. Is like,
yeah
I'm surprised people don't do this more often and just forget the words. And like, I've been to very few shows where that's occurred, but it's funny every single time it
right
happens. And it's kind of a little moment that's like, oh yeah, that was fun. We were there. We had that moment with the artist that's like, you made an oops. I know it because I've
yeah
listened to the song so many times, I've internalized it. But that was fun. And then we get to say, like, hey, remember that time that Leonard Cohen ate Lucy Dacus at Red Rocks? It's like, yep, I do. I remember that. And there was also a bug on stage.
yes.
Yeah.
Um. Real quick, last thing about the G Flip show. I went to the
Mhm.
merch table, and I
Yeah.
was wearing my JB hat. Got it. And I like shout out to the merch people working the booth who gave me a shout out on my JB hat.
Very nice. Real recognizes real.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, so Lucy. Yeah. So we learned. So Lucy messed up the chords to VBS, which was really funny. Literally had to lean down to somebody in the first and on the barricade and be like, "Hey, can you tell me the lyrics to my own song?"
It's like, you look like you know the words. Help me out here.
yes.
Teleprompter. Yeah. Like, imagine
And
they
she,
pull up Spotify and just have the
yeah.
lyrics like start
Yeah.
scrolling.
Yeah. So that was funny. We also learned, which was awesome, which I did not know, and I don't think you knew either, which is that Night Shift, which is of course the show closer for Lucy. Incredible song. Cannot
Hmm.
recommend it enough. Go see Lucy live just so you can experience the incredible euphoria of Night Shift in a full crowd to close out a show. Is just like you will um like ascend to another ethereal plane with that song. It's yeah. Anyway, so
I
we got the
agree.
lore. We got the lore behind that song. Lucy mentioned earlier in the show that she was like, "Hey, yeah, I've written multiple songs here in Arizona before, which is awesome." And then we get to Night Shift, and he's like, hey, "I wrote this song here in Phoenix, and I wrote it at Valley Bar." And she's like, "Yeah, is that's it's the I think that's what it's called. And she's like, it's the one that where you go downstairs into the basement. It's like, yes, that's Valley Bar. Yes. I'm just like, yeah, I wrote that in the green room at Valley Bar. And we're like,
So
hell
cool.
yeah,
So cool.
let's
That's a
go.
great
Valley
venue
Bar
as
rule.
well. You and I have talked about that, I think. But like,
Yes,
if
I
you
was
ever
just
get a
there.
chance to see a show at Valley Bar, go to Valley Bar. It's like
I
the
was just
best
there.
venue.
I was just there 2 weeks ago, so I can
I
attest to
love a small cap room. I really do. Like a
that.
150, 200 person room.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah,
You'll sweat to death, but you'll have the best time you've ever
yes,
had. Yeah.
yes, exactly. Somebody in the crowd was like, "Can we? Let's all go there after the show." And Lucy was like, "Y'all can go. I'm gonna go bed."
Right. She gets us. Yeah. So yeah, you guys have fun. I'm gonna go to sleep.
But yeah, I sent you the like the last like 5 or 6 songs of the set list,
Mhm.
and it's like it's that meme where it's you just like get like punch, uppercut, like
Right.
just
I was also
oh
thinking about the one that's like the different this is gonna be so rough to explain. It's the one that's different pictures of the brain and they progressively get more like glow around them and more like neurons and things happening and then like at the end of it the person's like levitating, you know what I mean?
oh
So it's
yeah
like
yeah yeah
it gets
yeah
more for lack of a better word, like more brain blast like every frame.
yeah
Yeah,
yes
it's like that. That's just the track of the set list. As a person who does not look up the set list before a
hmm
show, I love to just get teleported to a different plane of existence with a run like that. It's like, oh
yeah
my god, this is real life. I'm here right now. I'm never gonna forget this moment. Except right now, I'm dissociating.
yeah yeah
Di-
yeah I think we
Dissociating? Yeah.
got like forever is a feeling. um uh we got yeah, it was night shift. We got night shift, obviously True
Mm-hmm.
Blue. um a biggest man in Tennessee, we got that one as well.
Great
um
song.
so yeah, it was just elite level. It was so good, great show. Lucy's incredible live as always, band was great. Go see Lucy's coming to Indy next week. Are you going
She's coming tomorrow as we record
tomorrow?
this. Uh, no, I'm not going. I have a concert later this week, and it was pretty expensive here. It was like
Hmm.
$75 to just get in the door.
Yeah,
And I would have had to driven up to Indy. But yeah, there's a chunk here that's Bullseye, Most Wanted Man, More Than Friends, Don't Want to Be Funny Anymore, Lost Time, Forever Is a Feeling, True Blue, Night Shift. You're like,
yeah.
oh, oh ouch. Good ouch though. Good ouch.
Yes, yes. So yeah, I had a great time at both shows. I love live music so much. I'll
Hmm.
be on a little bit of a hiatus for the time being. For the don't know when my next show will be, but at least until February. My next scheduled show is in February.
Yeah. And it's not Lady Gaga, unfortunately.
It is not Lady Gaga, dude. I tried to get into the dang thing because I re- I did not inform you ahead of time that I was gonna like hop in line just like see how much tickets were. And then
Correct.
so I got in super late. And I was 27,000th in line. I was like,
I would have helped you. I didn't know you
I
were
guess not.
trying. I really did think about just going in general just to see, but like I texted with my parents and they were like, we're not trying. We're not trying to
Hmm.
buy them. I assumed you weren't trying to buy them because you scored innings tickets. And I was like, "Ugh, nobody's trying. Why would I be in this pre-sale?" And then you text me a picture that you were in the line. I'm like, oh my god, dude. I could have helped you out. Well, no guarantees, right? I could have tried and also been 27,000th, so
Yeah.
it's luck of the draw at that point. But yeah, it's a tough spot in line. I saw some people in the 100,000s for Ariana Grande. Look,
Is
I
that
I like
possible?
Ari. I would not wait in that.
There's
She's
no
just not
way.
doing very many shows.
There's no way that there were that many people trying to get tickets that are real people. Like those are all
No.
bots or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Had
I
to have
saw
been.
some resale seats that were selling for like $1.3 million. They're not going to sell.
No.
They're just not going to sell.
Are you sure
I don't
that
know.
wasn't? Are you sure that was $1.3 million, not like $130,000?
No. 1.3 M. And unless dollar starts with M all of a sudden that I'm not familiar with, it was, yeah, that's something else. I mean, how stupid can you be as a reseller also? Like, I'm not holding back on this. We hate ticket resale, but how
Yes.
stupid could you be to go and buy that and then think that somebody's going to pay $1.3 million for these tickets?
Right.
No. No one's that desperate. People
Right.
might be desperate enough to pay like $400 or $500. Some people paid 1,000 or more for Eras Tour. I remember that was a thing that occurred. But you're shocking the prices up that high. There's not the faintest chance
Mm-hmm.
that someone is gonna buy that. Just you're stupid. Leave those for fans.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of concerts, I have my next one in 3 days as we record this. And it is the newest 21 Pilots album, Breach, which let's break it down while we're on the music section. Talk through your favorite tracks while I go get my show and tell.
There it is. Yeah, here it is.
Talk
I
it,
got
talk us
this.
through it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk about it. Okay, so this
All right.
is I was worried. I was on Friday. I was like, I'm gonna go get because I didn't pre-order the record, and so I was like, I'll go to Zia Records, the closest retailer, and get a copy. Earlier in the day, it was sold out according online. I was like, oh crap, what do I do now? Um, and I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go. Maybe they'll have some extra copies left. They did not have this version listed online. This is the technically like the listening party version. So this
Okay.
is the Raw Fear picture disc edition,
Nice.
which is actually pretty cool. There's Josh
That's a
there,
cool. That's a cool looking disc. Yeah.
and it's got Tyler obviously on the opposite side. Um, but yeah, so I went and picked that up on Friday, and I was listening to it again today. Um, and as I was listening to it again, I was like, you know, I absolutely love Downstairs. That song is so good, dude. It's just
Downstairs is so good. I think that's my dad's current favorite. It's so good for a number of reasons. It's one of those earworms, I feel like,
yeah.
that it just gets in there and it won't leave. It
Hmm.
just won't leave you alone, and I love it. I've seen some people talking about online how it was originally, at least part of it, was pulled from a demo that they made in 2012.
Yeah.
And apparently Tyler deleted the demo, but Josh kept it somehow, which thank you, Josh, because without Josh, we wouldn't have had navigating on the set
Yeah.
list. We wouldn't have had routines in the night. We wouldn't have
Yeah.
had downstairs the way that it is. And
Yeah.
apparently we wouldn't have had Tally either. So
Tally
like
was another one
Josh
that Tyler
Dunn
wasn't a big
taste.
fan of. Yeah.
Tyler Joseph hates his own music. Just kidding. Yeah, my pressing is just it's yellow, but it's the first pressing edition. So it also has that same yellow
Hmm.
badge and banner on it. It says FPE D2C yellow. It has a little thingy that says it's the first pressing edition. I don't know if I'm in the
Yeah.
frame.
Yep.
There
I
it
see
is,
it. The
right
little
there.
circle. Yeah.
That little badge. And then it comes with a little foil note from the band that's like, this is the first pressing edition. Thanks for listening.
Hmm.
And then they're all numbered on the jacket
That's dope.
down at the bottom. Comes with like a poster and a couple of extras as well. But yeah, this is a great record. I know we say that about almost everything that they make,
Hmm.
but it's a masterpiece. I might like this one more than some of Clancy. I don't know. I don't know. It's still too early, but I think I've just been listening to it so much. It's like recency bias because I'm trying to get it all nailed down before the show,
Yes.
which is also horrifying. I'm undergoing this test. It's like this big exam, and there will be a score given. Crazy. I think I'm on 10 of 13 right now. I just have the last three to kind of nail
Right.
down, and it's like I feel good about those last three because they're less lyrically dense than the stuff at the top of the record. Like
Yeah.
the City Walls Raw Fear double day one almost took me out. I was like, I don't think I can do this. I just don't think it's possible. City Walls is like 5 minutes. You're like, oh my God. And the same thing with Center Mass right in the middle.
Yeah.
It's the timing and the pacing and the lyrics. And I'm like, I don't think it's possible. I don't think anybody can do it. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm here to prove the
Right.
haters wrong that it is possible to learn the whole record in 6 days.
Right.
We'll see. Yeah, Downstairs is, I think, my dad's early favorite. We like it because it sounds like a little bit like Vessel. It sounds a little like regional at best, which makes sense now given what we know about the demo.
Yeah.
Let me see what else he sent me. He was trying to figure out something earlier this week, and I don't think we've figured it out yet. About Days Lie Dormant. We're trying to figure out what it sounds like. You and I were going back and forth a little bit the
Mm-hmm.
other night. And his favorite, I believe, let's see, I texted him the day of, and I said, favorite track so far? This was at noon on Friday, and he sends back Drum Show, which makes sense. He has been listening to that song almost nonstop. It's a great track. I can't blame him.
Yes.
But like every time I go through my which is like our Spotify listening
Right.
history, there will just be a roughly 2 hour chunk that is just Drum Show in the contract. I'm like, Dad, are you all right? I feel like you have the lyrics by now. But I think at this point it's just gonna be all Downstairs from us.
Yes.
One Way is one of my favorites later in the record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, I love the thing I really like about this is like when they were saying that like it's kind of like the end of an era in a way. It feels
Hmm?
that way as a record as a whole because we get so many like little nuggets throughout the record, callbacks to other songs, older songs,
Mm-hmm.
similar sounds to older stuff. Right? We get the return of Entertain My Faith, like
Mm-hmm.
for City Walls.
I think you
Um,
said this when you texted me. It's just that they're sort of giving new life and new meaning to some of the same stuff that they've already introduced, and we love that about the pilots because they're not afraid to sort of innovate and toy around with stuff that they've already done and reshape it and remake it in a different way. And the same thing with the City Walls music video, right? It tried to pool like all 10 years of this story and this lore together into something cohesive, which production value on that was incredible, by the way. It's like a full 10-minute video. It's it's too deep. Some of it is too deep for me. Like I've been a fan, I've been listening, I know all the words, I've been around, but getting into all of the lore stuff, it was kind of a lot for me at some point. When we were back in trench era, like trying to crack the codes to things, I was like, I'm good. It's the same way I feel about whenever Taylor Swift drops something crazy Zodiac online, is like I'm gonna
yeah.
let the smart fans handle this and just sit back and watch.
Yeah, and then we also get Intentions is also like a direct callback.
Hmm.
Reworking a song from the past, which was awesome.
It's the
Um,
exact same instrumental, which
yeah.
is crazy. Like listening to it the first time, you do catch it at some point. You're like, wait a
Yes.
minute, that sounds like something else. And you're like, is that what I think it is? And that was the benefit of me. Well, I shouldn't admit that I slept through the release. I slept through the release. I had to be up at 4:30, and I was not staying up until midnight to then go back to bed and then wake up again at 4:30. I slept through the release. Sorry, guys. I'm old, you know. And that was the benefit of having a little 4 hour buffer on the people that had already started listening to it, is they had already started digging some of that out. So
Yeah.
by the time I woke up and I was listening to it for the first time and I was on Twitter and looking through what everybody had been saying for analysis, they had already confirmed whatever I was thinking might be the case. They're like, this is the true, it's the truth instrumental. I'm like, I knew it. You knew it like 4 hours ago. But
Yeah.
this is a great record. There's nothing on here that's skippable. It's 13
There,
tracks. They're all great.
yeah. The only song that I find myself skipping is Robot Voices, and the only reason I do that is because it's not a 21 Pilot song. It's like it's basically a song that they lifted from another band and reworked it, and so that's the only one that I tend to skip. That's just yeah, that's not that song isn't my favorite on the record. So
All right.
that's the one I'll skip. Everything else I love.
I like that one because it doesn't hurt my feelings if I listen closely and try and interpret the lyrics.
Yeah.
Some of these are like, yay, beep boop. And then you like listen to the lyrics and you're like, oh, actually, uh, okay, not great. Robot voices can't hurt me, so I'm okay with that one.
That's the that's the name of the podcast right there.
Robot voices can't hurt me. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, break it down. We'll have a lot to recap after Breach Tour. Opening night of Breach Tour in Cincinnati. It's gonna be a wild time. I can already feel that they're gonna spend a lot of money on the pyro budget, and I'm gonna love it. They always do. They always spend a lot of money on the pyro.
Yes. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything else we need to point out. I think, and as far as like the newer stuff, Center Mass was funny because they sampled like the one the girl tried to steal the drum.
Can you imagine? And I witnessed this person's internet crash out, but like, can you imagine being present for that physical crash out when you minding your own business go to stream a 21 Pilots album
Yeah.
for the first time and suddenly your voice is in
Mm-hmm.
there from a video that went
Mm-hmm.
viral on Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
I I don't even know how I would react to that. That's like kind of my worst nightmare, I feel like.
I want to know how that came about. So I hope they do an interview. Like they'll usually do like an interview with Zane Lowe or something, and
Hmm.
like a little longer interview. I hope we get one. And they ask him about that. Like, how did that come about? Whose idea
I
was
bet he
that?
was just giggling. Tyler
Oh,
just was
absolutely.
so online. That dude was just he was just giggling, finding memes and finding samples to just go put in there. He's like, the kids are gonna love this. He is. That man is so online.
Mm-hmm. True. Truth.
Which is scary. It's scary that your celebrities are online and they see what we do sometimes.
Right.
Like, no thank you. I'm good on that. Okay. Speaking of celebrities being chronically online, let's talk about our favorite chronically online celebrity at the Emmys last night. There was a lot to talk about.
Correct. Yes. So it was. I was the thing I was most happy about is that they didn't wait. Like we were standing with bated breath, waiting for the like Gene Smart and Hannah
Hmm.
and all of the hacks categories to show up, and they
Right.
did them in the first hour of the
And
show, which
also
was
the
great.
severance
So
categories. We were waiting for
yes,
Tramel Tillman's category. I mean, they did all the hitters pretty quick
yes,
in the broadcast.
yes, and they did it, and so yeah, I got it out of the way, so you didn't have to stay awake until like 11 o'clock.
So great. It was so great. I'm so excited for a number of reasons. Yeah. Yeah, it was
uh,
awesome.
go ahead. Yes, continue.
I was so this is the part that I was mad about is the $100,000 limit or whatever it was. I was telling my mom that I thought they could have fixed it because it felt a little stilted, and they could have fixed it in two ways. Way number one is that you also hold the presenters to the 45-second cap. So the
Mm-hmm.
folks introducing the categories, because some of them went way long.
Yeah.
The second thing you could have done is waited until after the show and been like, oh, by the way, this whole time we were keeping a running count, which I get defeats the purpose of
Yeah.
incentivizing them to keep their speeches short. But what it did by setting them up in the beginning was give the presenters free reign to talk as long as they wanted about whatever they wanted. And the folks that had worked hard and just won an award then had a hard cap that they were trying to meet, and it didn't necessarily give them the proper time to
Right.
thank the folks that got them there and their friends and family and the other members of the cast and things like that. It's like you really put the winners on the spot and up against a wall to not go over, and they should be allowed to go over a little bit and thank the proper channels within reason. But then the fact that you would have them fighting against the clock and then you'd have the presenters up there telling a story for like 2.5 minutes, you're like, can we get on with this?
Right.
I felt defeated the purpose. But they did, I think lots of celebrities were like, look, I'm going over, but I'll match it. Like
Yeah.
it's fine. I'll pay the difference. I think they ended up closer to like 350,000 by the end of
They
the night.
the official tally at the end was that they were like 75,000 in the red. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, it's for charity, so we're just gonna give 200 like 300,000 away or something like that." Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see if I can get a final tally here. It was, yeah, 350,000. Uh, he initially deducted it. The nonprofit says its donation totals have more than doubled compared to this time last week. So people are still going in and donating extra at this point because
That's
they
cool.
saw it happen.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, it's a great cause, and it's, awareness and visibility for that. So yeah, I was
I will
mad
say
about the 45
there
second
is
thing.
one thing about having the cap though, which is we don't get the Adrian Brody 5 minute speech.
So true. So true. But within reason, right? You should allow them to go up to about a minute. See how they're doing it a minute. If it still seems very long-winded, then
A
you
minute
start
is
playing the
enough. A
music.
minute is plenty.
A minute's enough. What I really liked, I mean, I guess we could go ahead and spoil it, but Tramel Tillman won for Severance, which very deserved. We were
Hmm.
pulling for him. They put a sort of like a blurb on screen that was like Tramel Tillman would like to thank, and just listed a
Yeah.
bunch of the folks in the production and in the show and whatever else. And then most of his speech on stage was like, thanks to my mom, she's here, this is for
Yeah.
her. And I, fine, go about it that way, but give everybody an opportunity to do that as well. Some people were very surprised that they won. Some people were not at all surprised that they won.
Yeah.
So it was, coin toss. But the other big winners of the night, of course, we got the mother of all comedy, Jean Smart, for her fourth consecutive win. Actually, I don't know if it's her fourth consecutive, but she's won every time she's been nominated as
Yeah.
Deborah Vance for Hacks, and that is incredible. Kind of gave it away because when they were showing all the nominees for that category, like waiting in the audience, you could tell that
Yeah.
Jean was already on stage, like backstage.
Yeah.
She's got a bad knee, so they were like, we can't make her do these stairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was very well deserved. We were pulling for her. Britt Lauer won for drama for Severance.
Hmm.
Helly R's first award. I sent this to you on Twitter, but she had "Let Me Out" written on the back of her speech.
That was incredible.
So funny, such a great nod. And she must have had an inkling that she might win if she went ahead and did that.
Yeah.
That was not a small category though. She was head to head with a couple of giants in that category. One of which I
Hmm.
believe was Kathy Bates for Matlock. And we finally got what you and I have been predicting, manifesting,
Hmm.
begging, pleading with the universe for, which is Hannah Einbinder's first win for Hacks here in season 4, which it should have happened earlier, but
Right.
but that was wonderful. We were excited in both of our houses. We were excited. You rushed home to try and be there for when that award dropped. You're like,
Yeah.
don't tell me anything if I'm not home. And I wasn't texting you because I didn't want to spoil anything.
Yeah. You
Whenever
were
people
30
were
seconds
winning.
ahead of me. I had the show. I was listening to the show on my phone through my
Yeah.
Bluetooth in my car while I was driving home, and so I heard like on I was driving home. I heard Tramel and Jean and
Hmm.
Britt, uh, and yeah, and then I just pull in right as they're getting to the sing songy part of like, hey, welcome these people to sing the Golden Girls thing. I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a long thing, and I'll have time to pull in and then rush inside and turn on my TV. And then you were like, no, just stay in your car.
Right. I was like, the people we want to win have been winning. Maybe you should stay outside. From a superstitious perspective, I'm like, we need all the help we can get here. Because on all the popular voting sites, they were not in Hannah's corner. They were not
No.
with it. They were not on her team. They were not on her side. They were saying the studio was gonna win everything. Where you at now, huh? Where you at? We've known. We've been here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I hope you find warm branzino under your pillow. Yeah. Anyway, that was
Prediction
that was
sites.
wonderful. The Hollywood Reporter, I hope you find warm branzino under your pillow tonight. Yeah.
I don't know. Like we were talking about it beforehand, like when they put out all their final predictions, you're like, these people don't watch these shows. It's pretty dang clear. These people don't actually watch these shows. They just they just get told what to say. And so that's all there was. That's why everybody was picking the studio to win everything. And 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 we were out there. We were saying we were banging down their walls. We were in their walls. We were in
Mm-hmm.
their overhead compartments. We were
We were we were in their carry-on luggage. We were in their checked luggage. We went through security. Yeah.
and we were
We
yelling
went
from the
through the X-ray
rooftops.
machine.
We were yelling through the rooftops that I'm gonna let you finish, but Hannah Einbinder had one of the best, greatest performances of all time.
Correct. She did. Yeah, we were talking about it. We watched a lot of the contenders this year,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and you and I both agreed on the fact that the studio was not a smash for us. But I understand how it's appealing to a voting audience comprised mostly of the kind of folks that they were portraying in that show. The whole thing was a big inside joke, wink, wink, nod, nod to the folks that make movies and TV. So I could see why that's an attractive option, but the actual standout performances that deserved to be rewarded and awarded for those performances, it does seem like they did get it right for the most part. You and I think will still defend that Hack should have won for best comedy instead of the studio, but
Yes.
if it had to be a thing, right? Hacks has already won for that category, and they already have it locked up next year. I'm calling it now, for season 5 for the final season. It's already on lock. It's coming. JPL is coming. Just put an advance on it.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
But we did finally get our 2 individual award winners together, which was wonderful for them. So
Yes. Yes. It was awesome. Hannah's speech was great. I felt like she was Ava in that entire, like, just proving that Hannah Einbinder and Ava Daniels are like almost the same person. Like, that's what that was.
yeah,
That was like if Ava won an award, that's what she
yeah, the
would
whole
be on
bit.
stage.
She's like, I was kind of making peace with the fact that it's like cooler to have never won. So now I guess I have to give up on that bit. It's those two are indistinguishable from one another. Truly, truly, in everything she does, it's almost indistinguishable. Uh, and I think that's why we love it so much.
Correct. You sent me a video of your celebration, which was incredible.
I did. I had to keep it down because it was 9 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't be hooting and hollering at 9 o'clock. I've been hooting and hollering enough like during F1 or whatever where I'm like I need to chill out. I'm like yelling at Max at my TV screen. I'm like I can't be doing this late at night. I was excited. I was apparently so excited that I slapped my own leg and I hit it so hard I like 5-starred it. And I was because it was one of these that was like you go and like throw your hands down and I didn't really have anything to hit. I wasn't like on a soft surface. I didn't want to hurt my hand, but like the closest thing I had to hit was my own leg and it immediately turned red in like the shape of a handprint. I'm like, well, it's worth it. Like, didn't feel it until afterward. I'm like, that kind of hurt actually. What does this look like? And I sent you a picture in the light. It was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were very excited for it's maybe the same level of excited we were when Boy Genius won a couple of Grammys. It felt similar to
Yes.
that moment.
That's a great comparison. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never to be forgotten when you and I were watching a random YouTube stream prior to the actual Grammy Awards.
Right. Yeah, the pre-Grammys telecast and watching them run through the audience to this ska music from another dimension to accept 3 straight awards, and each one got an acceptance speech, the whole
Yeah.
thing. It was
Yeah.
that felt like another lifetime. Our JB show was a year ago today. I texted you this morning that that's a different lifetime.
Are you sure? Cause I don't think it was. I don't think.
I mean, I can fact check it. I have the set list in the other room with the date on it.
Hang on. Yeah. I thought because I looked up the pictures I put out on Instagram, and it's a different date. I thought it was later in the month, but like the pictures I put on
Let me look.
Instagram.
Let
Yeah.
me look.
Figure this out. Okay, Jordan's leaving. But the pictures I put on Instagram were labeled September 25th, 2024. So I think it was 24th. Close enough. We're a year-ish.
You know what? You actually are so right. I thought that was a 1. It is September 24th, 2024.
Okay.
Anyway, here's a set list, guys. Still got it. The baby.
Still got it.
Still got the baby.
I still have the picture. One of my favorite pictures is the picture you took of me on the couch of our Airbnb.
You sleeping with the set list, napping with the set list. Yeah. I was like, I need to pose. I need to pose him like this. It was your Twitter profile picture for a long time.
It was. Yeah, it was.
I was like, that would be funny if we just like made a whole collage of like places we've taken the set list. It's like these we're never getting one again, these two idiots.
No. Yeah. Never again.
That was
No,
crazy.
it's
That
it's
was
the
so
baby.
crazy.
It's the baby of the show. It goes nowhere. It
It
stays
is.
exactly where it is.
It does. Nicely in its little frame at my house,
Mm-hmm.
protected. I do not sleep with my windows open, guys. Door is locked. There's a stopper on it. The door is locked. You're not
Mm-hmm.
getting in. You're not getting this.
Correct. Correct. What were we talking about? Emmys? Oh yeah, we were talking about the Emmys, and then we moved to the Grammys, and that's
We
what.
did
Okay.
move to the Grammys. Yep.
Um, but anyway, so I was to put a bow on the Emmys, or yeah, the Emmys train. Um, so yeah, we were talking about Hannah's speech was great,
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Um, when she won, the funniest thing was when she won, she turned to the camera and immediately started face just
She
which we
knows where
have
the
now
camera is.
we now
Hannah
have
Minder
saved.
knows a camera. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have that saved. We have a couple iterations of it saved, actually. There's two
Yes,
different ones.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
And now
So
we'll
good.
enter our sticker repertoire. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so anyway, so other thing that stood out was I know you didn't watch the entire show. I did. Um, Absolute travesty that a stupid show about doctors won for best drama over Severance, and also an absolute travesty that the director of the best episode of Severance season 2 lost. Jessica Lee Gagne.
That was
Just like
crazy.
I think that was the worst.
Dyke and
Like
Lockman didn't get nominated though. So like
I can, yeah,
let's talk about that injustice is the whole Chikai Bardo episode got snubbed.
yes,
Don't you dare. Yeah.
stupid. I agree. And yeah, and Severance got beat out by The Pit, which
The Pit is getting very good reviews and very good acclaim and
yeah,
I get it, but
I'm sure
it's
it's a nice show,
we've
but we've
had
seen a
medical
medical show.
shows.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yep. Yep. We've had medical shows. We've never had another Severance.
correct,
We'll get them next time.
correct.
We'll get them next time. And
Correct.
then maybe but you know what? Next time, maybe they'll finally move the bear to drama where it belongs because it didn't win anything in comedy.
Yeah. No, I think most of the bear people didn't even bother showing up,
No. No, I barely saw any of them there.
which was funny. But yeah, like Severance got screwed over the first season, because they were up against Succession, and like you just were beating Succession. I'm sorry, you just
Yeah.
weren't. So yeah, absolutely screwed. Studio winning best comedy was stupid as well, but they just whatever wanted to glad hand the studio because it had all their besties in it, and it was about themselves. So
It's true.
um,
That show is built on its guest stars. That one. I mean, the core
correct.
cast is great too, but it's the whole point of it is to, point and stare at your screen and be like, oh, that's Martin Scorsese. How did they get him to be in this?
Yes. Also, shout out to Kristen Milioti, who won for lead actress in the limited series of Penguin fame. She's the best
Hmm.
part of that show. That was awesome that she won that.
They also
And
won a couple of those pre-Grammy awards for like makeup and
yeah,
effects and
yeah.
things like that. So that was well done as well.
But yeah, there we go. That's our Emmys recap.
All right. I mean, I think we got it. I think we
Hmm.
got it.
We got everything.
We got everything. We didn't get the red carpet looks, but even I've had enough of that over the years, I feel like. Okay, I will mention really quickly, the one thing I could not stop giggling at was when they had Jenna Ortega and Catherine Zeta-Jones on stage that were presenting, I forget which category, but whatever Jenna Ortega was wearing that had those kind of like loose jewels all over it. Like you
Yeah.
could hear them clicking together in the microphone when she was like doing her bit about presenting. It was like, is that Jenna's top? Yeah, it was Jenna's top. Like all the little stones clanking
Yeah.
together. That was pretty funny.
We did get in the post show. We got the Ava Daniels Bob is back.
Crazy. I mean, what was the need to do it that night?
Yeah.
Was that like, was it a bet? Was it, she's like, if we win, we're cutting it back. We start shooting tomorrow. Like, what was the deal where that
Yeah.
had to be done immediately? They were like in the green room post show. She's like cradling her Emmy like a baby, and they're chopping the bob back. We're like, whoa, is it that serious? I guess it was.
We're back, baby, for the final season, allegedly.
So back. That's gonna hurt my feelings. The end of season 4 hurt my feelings. The ending of the show is really gonna hurt my feelings. Yeah, we're not ready for that yet. So take your time filming it because we're not ready for it. All right. You and I both have some mail and shipping horror stories to end on here. I want to start with yours because I think we talked about that at the end of last week's episode, so it's more recent.
I teased it last week, so I showed you the pictures. I'm not going to show the pictures on here, but I'll describe what happened. So I've been doing my whatnot thing. I've been selling my books, been shipping out a bunch of those, most of which have been perfectly fine. And people give me 5-star reviews, and they seem to be packed pretty well. In this particular case, I sent them, like, if they buy a certain amount, I'll send them in like an envelope kind of. So that way they're a little bit more compacted in, so they don't move around as much in like a bigger box. And so anyway. So I've used this same envelope before, and they've sent out and been received perfectly fine. However, in this one instance, I sent them off perfectly fine, and then I get a message from the person that bought it from me. Was like, "Hey, just so you know, this package showed up and there were no books in there." And so he sent me pictures, and the pictures include the most beat up packaging you've ever seen in your life. Like, it's the beginning. You've seen Ace Ventura?
Yeah. Hey, we've seen Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Yeah. And it's the beginning of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, and he's just beating the crap out of this box that he has before he shows up to the door to, get this dog back or whatever. That's
Right.
basically what happened to this package. This package looked like it had literally been through war, and it was beat up. And
It's Castaway. It's that
Yeah.
it's that FedEx box with like Wilson on it that just goes across the ocean.
Yeah. And then there was a note on there that said, "Oh, sorry, this was damaged in shipping. Thanks." And then he showed me the
Awesome.
inside.
Couldn't tell.
The inside still had my bubble wrap that I packaged it with, but there were no comic books in there. So he just received a package with bubble wrap, and I was like, I felt so damn bad. Even like he knew and I knew that it wasn't my fault. It was USPS's fault. Oh, look at that! Package has been delivered. Sweet. I'll go open my mailbox.
Just now. Wow, great timing.
And so luckily I think they're able to get a refund, but like seriously, USPS, what are we doing here? Come on.
That's crazy. I have never personally experienced that. I've seen it happen. My mom ordered something from Amazon one time, I think, and it showed up empty. It was an empty package. And it was like a makeup product or something. So there was definitely supposed to be something in it, and it totally showed up empty. I ordered a thing one time that showed up empty, but you could tell that somebody had my mom's was funny because it was sealed. It was completely sealed. There was no evidence that anybody had gotten into it and taken the product out. It was like they had just mailed an empty envelope for whatever reason. The thing I had that was empty one time was you could tell it had been opened and something had been taken out of it, and then it was resealed, which to me sounds more like what happened to yours, but it's like, how did they do that? And was it really worth it for like one comic book?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't the expensive ones though, you said, right?
No, luckily it was not the expensive order. Yeah.
yeah, that's good. I'm hopeful that your buyer can get his money back, and I mean we can't get the comic book back, I guess, but that which is a bummer. Uh, but at least we didn't have to pay for something that didn't arrive.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah, there we are. Here's my shipping horror story very quickly. Don't if you live in the United States, don't order anything internationally. That's if you want to skip the rest of the story, just keep that part with you. Take that to heart. Um, I ordered this kit. This is the new this year's Liverpool kit by Adidas. I ordered this kit and it it was expensive. I'll start with that. It was expensive. Because I did get it customized and it has it has the Premier League champs patch on it and it has the Premier League name and number. So if you get it customized, it costs a little more, which fine. I was more than willing to do that. I got Diogo Jota's name and number on the back. And if you do that with that customization, they were donating the proceeds there to his grassroots football foundation that they've started at the club in his name. So, a worthy cause to go and do it. And he was one of our favorite players. And so, the out the door ticket price was not horrible. It was expensive for what it was, but I could justify it. I'm probably only going to ever buy one kit, maybe. And it's fine. Imagine my surprise when 2 days before I'm supposed to get a delivery, I get an email from UPS. It's like, hey, scheduled delivery in the next 2 days. I'm like, okay, great. I was expecting that. And then I get a secondary email that I want to tell you exactly what it was called. But it was it was just the order number. And it says, payment is due at delivery. I'm like, what do you mean payment's due at delivery? I already paid for the thing.
Yeah.
And it gives me a breakdown on this. And it says, duties, taxes, and fees totaling however much I paid, are due for this delivery. Additional charges may have been applied based on recent tariff policy changes. Guess how much I had to pay extra for this kit? I think you know
Oh,
the
it probably
amount.
wasn't.
I think
Yeah,
I told my
it
mom.
probably wasn't too bad, right? It was probably like $10, like a normal shipping fee extra.
You would think. You would really think. It was $58. Yeah. And they do not tell you, they do not warn you, they don't give you any heads up that if you order something internationally, it may come with extra taxes and fees. This was one item, okay? So I'm I'm gonna, I could suck it up and pay it. I have it, and I'm not gonna refuse delivery or something crazy of that nature.
Yeah.
But I have to imagine that that number is based on the weight of the package or the dollar amount of the goods contained within, whatever it may be, because that's usually how they do it for UPS. If you want to buy insurance or something, it's based on the value of the goods.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine, because this is gonna happen to somebody where they go and buy multiple kits or hats and shirts and scarves and things to give to family members or friends or whatever it may be, and they're not going to know, and it's going to be a big bill out the door, and then when it comes, it's going to be even bigger, and they're going to have no idea that it's coming.
Yeah.
So watch yourself, I guess, is the advice. If you're ordering anything internationally, there might be a little extra on top of your package. So I guess incentive to order domestically, but at the end of the day, I do still feel better getting it from the club directly than I would have giving my money to Fanatics or something like that,
Yeah.
and having it show up and be questionable quality,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, just to order it domestically. But fair warning, if you're buying anything from out of country. I don't know if that's the case everywhere, but at least here in the U.S., that
Yeah.
seems to be the case
Yeah.
lately.
I almost bought a Puka jersey over the weekend, but I was smart enough to decline that opportunity.
It would have been a good jersey.
Because they were up, there was a code going around on Rams Twitter that was like 50% off. I was like,
I did see that because I saw
fake question mark?
You know
But it
the
was
thing that I
real.
saw somebody buy with that? It was one of those rivalry jerseys that you say that you hated, but it was a Blake Corum rivalries jersey. And I was like, out of all the people you could have picked, the backup running back. Okay.
Incredible. Well, I mean,
Sure, like
hey,
maybe he's
I'm
on
not
your
one to
fantasy
judge
team or
because the only
something.
Coyotes jersey I own is a Tobias Reeder Coyotes jersey, and I can almost guarantee you that I was one of like 5 people in the world that had a Tobias Reeder Coyotes jersey. So
Honestly,
I
that's
get it.
probably true.
Sometimes your favorite players are the players that are like below the line.
Yeah, I mean,
But
maybe that guy went to Michigan. Who knows? Like it's maybe it's an
yeah,
alumni thing. Maybe
hey,
he's on his
I'd rather
fantasy
have a Blake
team.
Corum jersey than a JJ McCarthy jersey. Okay,
I don't know if I agree with that.
Blake Corum
I
scored his
I like
first NFL touchdown on Sunday.
I know, but I like the Vikings jerseys. I think they're nice. Except for the fact that if you have two of the same number, the numbers are not the same on the jersey. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but like Harrison Smith, when he played for the Vikings, he's number
Yeah.
22, and each of the twos is a slightly different style. Drives me crazy. Yeah. I don't know if I think they're still that way, but
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Anyway, yeah, that part drove me crazy.
Yeah, so
And he still plays for them. Okay.
I will not be buying my Mo Salah jersey anytime soon. That's the moral of the story.
I think that was one of the few that they had pre-customized that you could get through Adidas or whatever or through Fanatics. There were certain players you could get. I think Mo is one of them. I want to say they had Virgil.
Probably can get Trent for super cheap.
I didn't even see Trent. They probably aren't even doing that right now. And I think I saw maybe McAllister. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they certainly didn't have any like Cody Gakpo.
Allison
No,
Becker.
no Ekitike. I would love an Allison kit.
That'd be sick.
Goalie Union. Those black kits that go with the thirds right now that are green.
Yeah.
I like them. They don't exactly scream Liverpool, like they're not
Yeah.
the color, but
Yeah.
they're a slick looking jersey.
Yeah. I don't know. Why is the third green? Do we know? Like, remember a couple of years ago when it was yellow, which was actually I actually liked the yellow.
I don't know if I
thirds
love
from
the
several
yellow
years
ones.
ago.
You know which ones I didn't like were the ones that were 2021 or 2022 that were the white with the green, but they looked like Minecraft. I'm like, I can't articulate that in any better way, but it's like, hold on. Designated as sea green is the third kit, and they were wearing that color during the early 90s as an alternate color. The period between 1987 and 1992, when Liverpool last wore Adidas kits, and an era that delivered 2 First Division League titles and 2 FA Cups. So they've had that as an alternate color for a long time, that teal kind of
Okay.
green, I guess.
Are you okay? So you're talking about, you said, are you talking about the 22-23 third ones? That was like kind of the greenish.
23, 24. If you literally put in the Google search bar Liverpool Minecraft kit, it comes up.
It's the ones from last season.
Yeah, it's the white with the like blocky.
Oh no, sorry, 2 seasons ago. Yeah, 2 seasons ago.
The white with
Yeah.
the blocky green that's like
Yeah,
kind of
weird.
segmented and broken up. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Don't love that
Very
one.
weird. But I do like the yellow ones were like kind of strange, but like I kind of dig those now.
It wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. To this day, it still baffles me whenever somebody decides to put like a proper collar on a kit, and I think that's the thing that makes me laugh the most. Because like, who would want to wear that?
Yeah, they did that recently. They did that 24-25
They did.
last
They
year
did that with last year's kits.
on the home kit.
But like,
Yeah.
who would want to run around in a polo shirt? So have we ever considered whether the players want to run around in a polo shirt or not?
I will say, the things I do like about the Adidas on board this year is the 3 stripes on the shoulders. Those are cool.
Yeah, they look great. They look great with the piping.
Mm-hmm.
And the new the new Adidas badge that doesn't have the name Adidas under it.
Yeah.
They're going for a more low profile. It flows well with everything
they
else.
have the long sleeve versions. I think are pretty cool too because the stripes go all the way down.
Yeah, they kind of like they block around the logo and then continue down the arm. I like it. I like it. They're a good color. They're not super bright red. I think the color is supposed to be The color tag says it's like strawberry red or something of that nature. Yeah, it's a good color. It's a great kit. Just it was expensive. Fair warning.
Fair warning. Ooh, these are ugly. What? Who? Do we actually wear those? Ugh.
Which ones?
Okay. Type in Liverpool 2016-2017 third kit. Look
Third
up those.
kit. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a highlighter. It was New Balance. Mistakes were made. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oof.
I gotta bring this up for the people on the screen so they can see this.
That is something horrible. Imagine like if like the Seattle Sounders and the Seahawks and the Storm of the WNBA all combined and gave the worst jersey imaginable with that color scheme.
Yes. That's a good way.
Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it. Hang on.
Ugh.
Let me bring this up so everybody at home can see it.
Oof.
Here we go, and there it is.
And there it is. Oh. Modeled by James Milner. Yeah. The combination toxic and thunder. No, thank you.
Yeah, there's some more pictures there.
Yeah, no, thank
who
you.
came up with that? That is, it's bad.
Oof. I'm like, I get it that clubs that have a lot of history like this want to pull something from their history to model it off of, but just because we can doesn't always mean we should.
Yeah, exactly. I will say shout out to the Premier League for constantly coming out with new kits every year. That is actually pretty wild.
I kind of hate it just from a capitalism standpoint.
Yeah. Can you imagine if any other league did that? Because usually anymore, it's like you have to have, like the NFL, you have to have your jerseys for, I think, 5 years, and then you can change them again.
Yeah, there's a statute of limitations essentially on like alternates and things like that because they want teams to have a consistent branding for at least a little while.
Same thing with the new City Connects. Like they were, if you were in that first wave, you had like 3 years or whatever, and they've come out with the new ones now. So
yeah, I will be sad when those Padres ones go. Those are beautiful
took me a while to like, but I do enjoy those.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
Hopefully they'll do like next year. Maybe next year is, I'm assuming, maybe when they'll get new ones. But if they do, they gotta figure out a way to implement like the brown from the old, like the old brown and yellow.
Yeah, I could see him going with the navy blue and orange.
Tony.
I don't think we'll go. I don't think we'll go to the
Finley
navy blue and sand, that like really ugly color of like the early 2000s Padres. Yeah. But like, you go back to that brown and orange. That wouldn't be horrible. I didn't mind those.
Oh yeah, here it is. Much. The Padres announced via social media that they would be retiring their pink and mint uniform following the 2025 season.
Bummer. Those are pretty. Can we keep them forever? MLB petition. Can we sign that?
Hey, move them like from the City Connect and make them your new like home away jersey or something.
That's true. We could make them like an alternate jersey or something like that, because I think they have those camo ones. They have like a couple different versions of the camo ones. Do we need to keep all those? Can we just keep one and then keep the City Connects, please? Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll submit a letter, a formal request to Padres ownership about that.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
All right, there we go. We're done.
All right. This has been episode number 83. We hope you enjoyed the Emmys as much as we did, and if you don't, and you don't believe that Hannah Emmybinder should have won, why are you here? Why are you listening to us? So for more on that and everything else, and especially Breach Tour content, if you're interested, you can follow us over at OHOBC Pod. I will maybe be posting some things if I remember. I'll put some stuff up on the brand account for you guys in the next week or so. And you can find us at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I think that's all we have for now. And that's about it. So thanks for listening. We will see you next time. And to my parents who are still like 7 episodes behind at this point in time, So sorry. We're just
Merry Christmas, guys.
yeah.
At this
See you
point,
see you in a couple of months when you guys catch up. Yeah. All right. Bye.